from spiritual development to understanding. Now, knowledge is necessary relating to doctrinal matters because those who study doctrinal matters included in Tipitaka, three Bhaskas, Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka are very useful to understand Dhamma correctly. Always correct understanding is necessary to practice correctly. If you understand any doctrinal matter incorrectly, you can't practice it. So, however, if you practice incorrect concepts, Dhamma concepts, any kind of doctrinal matter, the results would be very limited. If you read Alagadupama Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya, volume 1, you can understand very clearly when those who capture snakes as a simile, parable, when anybody captures a snake, if it is captured by head or neck, no opportunity to bite. But if one capture any kind of very snake from the other side, there is an opportunity to bite. Similarly, those who apprehend, we are not talking about capturing, but those who apprehend doctrinal matters correctly, they can put them into practice correctly. So therefore, I emphasize and reiterate the significance of understanding doctrinal matters, Dhamma on the whole, correctly. I will give very good example. You know, the book composed by, written by Venerable Walpola Rahula. I think Rahula is very scholar monk in Sri Lanka. He wrote a book known as What the Buddha Taught. What the Buddha Taught. Now it is translated into Chinese language also now. I think that it is the first book which was conducive to introduce Buddha Dhamma to European countries. For the first time, some Europeans apprehended Buddha Dhamma for the first time from that book. But whenever you read that book, one doctrinal matter is misinterpretation. I remember, you know, when you read Dhammapada, Handbook of the Buddhist, it is known as Handbook of the Buddhist. One verse included in Dhammapada, Sabbe Dhamma Anatta. I think some of you may remember that. Sabbe Dhamma Anatta, Pali line. Now in that book, the term Dhamma is misinterpreted. Sometimes not because of Venerable scholar monk's fault, but sometimes problem of a printing maybe. However, the term Dhamma, which means as an English term, phenomenal world, Sankhara. Now Dhamma means phenomenal world. I think you know what are the characteristics relevant to phenomenon: arising, existing for a short time or long time, and destroying. They are the characteristics relevant to phenomena or phenomenal world. But Dhamma means only belonging to phenomenal world. But unfortunately, the term Dhamma, it has been included in that book, in the connotation, Nibbana also, the final bliss. Now, as you know, Nibbana or final bliss, ultimate goal is not phenomenon, no? It is nominal. I think if you know the meanings, the difference of meanings of these two terms, one day, when I was discussing with one of my teachers, Dhamma teachers in Sri Lanka, he was also, now he is dead, scholar monk. One of the professors who had come from America, his name was Perry, Dr. Perry, one of the professors. He pointed out that fault. What actually erroneous meaning? Erroneous meaning is actually very grave, very serious fault. So whenever one graph apprehend wrongly, sometimes actually some scholar monks don't know some printing mistakes, no? It may be a printing mistake, but however, Nibbana, final bliss, was included in the term Dhamma. Because when you read the commentaries, I think as you know, there are many commentaries to early text, Buddhist texts. In the commentary, I mention these things because frequently you are listening to Dhamma. I think you can apprehend very carefully, right? Although these are very profound things. But however, in the commentary, relevant to that line of verse, fourth line of that Dhammapada verse, Dhamma iti panchakkhandha eva adhippeta. Here Dhamma means 5 aggregates. Clinging to 5 aggregates. But when we mention about Nibbana, actually, no, nothing clinging to, right? Nothing to cling, right? Now, clinging, upadana in Pali language, all finish. So therefore, when we talk about Nibbana, no clinging to 5 aggregates. You know what are the 5 aggregates? Rupa, form, sensation, Vedana, perception, sanya, conditioned things, sankhara, and consciousness. Right? So like that, so many erroneous connotations included in many books written by even by scholar because of some negligence, actually may be misunderstood for the first time. Those who apprehend any kind of concept included in doctrinal matter, Dhamma, actually misinterpreted and misunderstood, it would be very great error. So therefore, that's why I want to pay your attention. The significance of listening to Dhamma frequently as well as examination. Right? Examination is necessary. Frequent examination, the same points relating to Dhamma is needed. Because when you examine frequently with your own experiences. Now experiences are common, no? In all our human life, experiences are common. But all these experiences may be different to each person. When you examine your own experiences connected with the sorrowful conditions, and what are the really other points relating to sorrowful conditions, actually your experiences may be different, no? My sorrowful conditions influencing to my life may be different from those of yours. So therefore, whenever you compare your own experiences with some doctrinal matters being studied by you,